What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So in today's video, Treasure Map SUGO-FEST is here. Data download just came through, bringing us the TM SUGO-FEST, which means that, of course, Treasure Map is not far away, so definitely look forward to a preparation video for the upcoming Treasure Map, which we now know is going to be a Halloween Nami Treasure Map boss. The unit is actually pretty good, by the way, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the brand new Treasure Map SUGO-FEST. In this video, we will talk about the SUGO-FEST structure. We'll also talk about the new characters that are arriving here in this banner as well. So I guess without further ado, let's just jump into it. So let's go ahead and have a look at the step details first off, and then we'll talk about the units afterwards. So let's go ahead and have a breakdown here. So the first multi is going to be 30 rainbow gems, pretty stock standard and what we would expect from a TM Sugo. The second multi, you get the guaranteed 5-star Miss Doublefinger, which of course is going to be the lowered point booster character. So I would assume that this is going to be like what, a 1.75 times point booster, then the next is 2 times, and then a 2.2. That's typically how they've been doing it as of late. That probably makes sense. So yeah, 2 multis, guaranteed Miss Doublefinger, pretty stock standard stuff. Third multi is a guaranteed legend. The fourth multi is guaranteed to be a rate boosted character. The fifth multi is also guaranteed to be a rate boosted character. The sixth multi is a legend. The seventh multi is the new 5-star Khalifa. Interesting. They have to do 7 multis to get that unit. I wouldn't suggest that. I really wouldn't. 8 multis is a legend. 9 is another rate boosted character. 10 is a limited pool legend. 12th is also a limited pool legend. So the big baddie being Arlong, who is the highest point booster on this TM, he is not going to be guaranteed. They did that last treasure map as well with that SUGO-FEST, so I guess it's to be expected at this point. But yeah, 7 multis for 2 of the boosters is no. I would not suggest doing that at all. Myself personally, I will be doing 3 multi pulls. I'll be getting my hands on the Miss Doublefinger. I always like to do pulls on this SUGO-FEST to get my hands on at least one of the boosters and potentially get another one along the way. For you guys out there, I really wouldn't suggest pulling on Treasure Map SUGO-FEST, especially when we've got so many good SUGO-FESTs on the horizon. I just think you should save for the better legend rate SUGO-FEST, because TM Sugos, yeah, you can get your hands on these exclusive units, but for the most part, they are characters that are only going to be useful for this like one event. I personally have not looked at what these characters do yet, so this is going to be an experience figuring out what these characters do and how they kind of synergize with other characters through this video. So if you guys want to see what they do, just stick around. But yeah, honestly, yeah, this is not anything crazy in terms or anything groundbreaking or revolutionary for a TM Sugo. It's pretty stock standard. 7 multis for Khalifa is absurd. No guaranteed Arlong. We can see that Ace is actually rate boosted as well. What other characters are rate boosted? We've got the new Ace, Stampede Luffy as well, and that's about it in terms of rate boosted characters. Unfortunately, we can't see too much, but it is what it is. It's a Treasure Map SUGO-FEST. As I said, you shouldn't be walking into this expecting to pull super hot fire, and I know people have pulled super hot fire from TM Sugos before, but look, it is a TM Sugo at the end of the day. You should honestly wait for the next big SUGO-FEST to come, which we do assume is going to be Luffy, Zora, as well as Sober Mask. That is the next big SUGO-FEST that I'm going like all in on. Cannot wait for that to come out. Hopefully we get news on that soon. Hopefully. That's what I'm really looking forward to anyway. Let's go ahead and talk about the units though. So let's talk about the first one. This is Miss Doublefinger. She is the first unit that is guaranteed, so you get her on the second multi as we just discussed. So let's go ahead and break her down. Miss Doublefinger is a Psy Fighter Cerebral. Her captain ability is really bad, being a 1.5 times attack booster for fighters. Yeah, not very good. 11 turn cooldown will go ahead and reduce paralysis by 2 turns, and if your captain is a fighter or a cerebral class, you get 2 turns of a 2.5 chain lock. So it's actually not terrible. Multiple turns of chain lock is actually really good, and like 3 would have been better, but 2 is still not that bad because it means that you can use it on a stage prior to a boss fight, and because it is a multi-turn chain lock, it will actually negate enemy preemptive attacks that give you a really low chain lock. So that's one way you could use the character. Unfortunately, she only removes 2 turns of paralysis. It would have been really cool if she removed at least 3 turns of it and then a 3-turn chain lock. That would have made this character very valuable. But because she doesn't, I really don't see much of a point in even like spending the gems to get this character. I mean, look, for for massive Miss Double Finger fans out there, look, you can get this character for 2 multis, and I don't know how many people are out there that are massive Miss Double Finger fans, but look, she's here. I don't know how useful this unit's going to be in the treasure map. I actually have not looked at treasure map Nami at all. I will be looking at it in the next coming days to bring you guys the preparation video, of course. But yeah, Miss Double Finger doesn't look anything really too crazy. So the next character is a brand new Khalifa. So Khalifa is an int cerebral fighter, same class and type combination as Miss Doublefinger, which we just talked about, right? Cerebral captain ability of a 1.5 times attack, again, very, very trash. Nothing crazy. Her special ability is a 13-turn cooldown, reduces all enemies' damage threshold duration, and also damage reduction duration. So Rainbow Shield and Threshold by 3 turns. Also boosts Psi and Int characters' slot effects by 1.5 times. Well, it's a variable factor depending on what level treasure map you're in. So, look, utility's not bad. 3 turns of Threshold and damage reduction removal is good. And then you get the Orb boost on a TM. It's the same thing with all other TM units, is the fact that they only have their special ability being relatively useful in their one treasure map, and then outside of that, there isn't really too many circumstances where you're going to really be able to use this character to the max extent, really, because the utility isn't that great. Like 3-turn removal of those, like, it's nice to have utility to remove those type of defensive effects on the enemy, but there are just so many other characters in the game that can just do it better for the most part. 3 turns is fine, but there's plenty of 4 and 5-turn removals. I mean, look, it's Rainbow Shield and Threshold. Threshold's nice to remove. There's plenty of Rainbow Shield removers, but look, she's just okay. I mean, look, Khalifa, she got nice artwork though. You can't deny that. She looking mighty fine. So let's go ahead and talk about the final unit here, which is going to be Arlong. Arlong is an int fighter powerhouse, so good class combinations. Int is fine. Captain ability, really bad, being a 1.5 times attack boosting captain. Really unfortunate they still do this. I would have loved it if they at least make these regular treasure map characters get a 2.5 captain at the very least. Because by doing so, it means that they actually make them way more valuable, and you can even use them as a captain, and then you could use them as friend captains if you wanted to do that, and you can gain more points by doing so. But because their captain abilities are so bad, it really doesn't take long for you to get to a situation where you can't use them as friend captains anymore to get additional points, which is what a lot of people, especially high-ranking players, do. So again, really unfortunate that they do this. I would love if all of these regular captains went up to 2.5. That would make a massive, massive difference. So his special ability, 13-turn cooldown, will go ahead and deal massive int damage to only a single enemy. He changes Psi and int characters, block, empty, and bomb slots into matching. That's pretty good orb manipulation right there, especially by getting rid of block orbs. And there aren't too many characters that specifically say, get rid of bomb orbs. So that's actually pretty good as well. I mean, what would have made it even better if you just said, all orbs on Psi and int characters, including block into matching, just so you can change your type slots as well. But that's actually pretty still decent orb manipulation right there. He also states he's going to boost the type effects of normal attacks for Psi and int characters, a variable factor depending on your treasure map level. So he's a color affinity booster for Psi and int. So he's going to be up to a 2.25 color affinity booster. But okay, so outside of a treasure map, what does he provide you? He gives you damage and orb manipulation, and that's about it. So honestly, this character's pretty bad. It just speaking from a perspective of a player who gets this character outside, like using him outside of a treasure map, there isn't really too many circumstances where you're gonna be using this guy. Look, he changes block, empty, and bomb. I'm pretty certain that Legend Cracker changes all of those and more, and then provides way more boosting effects. So look, if you have Legend Cracker, there's literally no reason to have this character. He's only gonna be good in this specific treasure map, which is unfortunate. I always like it when they bring a new character to these treasure map SUGO-FEST that actually will provide some huge benefits outside of their treasure map that they were built for, and unfortunately they did definitely miss the mark here. But speaking of that, yeah, these characters obviously are going to be the most ideal characters to have for this upcoming treasure map against Halloween Nami, but it's unfortunate that these characters are not really good outside of that. I do like the Halloween Aces boosted on part 1. I really hate it. They do that a lot actually, where they'll release a new SUGO-FEST, really hype legend comes out, and then the treasure map SUGO-FEST comes out, and that new unit isn't even boosted on part 1, they're boosted like part 3, where no one really pulls. At least they're doing that. At least the newer character is actually going to be boosted on this part. Hopefully his rate is decent. We'll have to wait and see, of course. If we go over to Extra Island, we can actually see the free-to-play treasure map characters that you can go ahead and farm up real quick. The recruitment quest. So we've got access to a few characters here. You've got Dress Up Robin. You've got that Fortnite Shirahoshi. She has some decent utility to my recollection. The rest of these characters here are nothing too crazy. So unfortunately, like again, like, I don't know. Not much about this specific treasure map is hyping me up that much. At least treasure map Nami herself. Nami has a pretty interesting special ability, and we'll talk about her more extensively once my preparation video comes out, where we can talk about Nami in more detail, and you guys will be waiting for that. So that's all well and good. But other than that, there's no other real information to my recollection that came with this data download aside from the SUGO-FEST banner. So there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. Of course, goes without saying, it's a treasure map SUGO-FEST. If you're free to play, you should definitely skip it, but definitely look forward to it because I'll be doing some multi-pulls. I'm not really too sure if I'll be streaming it, but definitely you guys will be seeing a video on the YouTube channel of me doing pulls on this banner. So if you guys enjoyed this video today, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.